Hello there. How are you doing today? Do you feel like doing a little bit of spring/Easter DIYing with me today? Well, come on in. Let's get started. What do I have going on for you for today? Well, today I'm bringing to you some Dollar Tree spring/Easter DIYs that are quick, easy, and budget friendly, and they are ones I think you are absolutely gonna love. So guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna keep this short and sweet. I'm gonna quit my gabbing. Let's jump into it and let's do some Dollar Tree spring DIYing on a budget, because that's what we do here. Let's get to it. Jumping on into these, we've all seen these tinsel rabbits decor pieces that Dollar Tree has for just about every holiday. This rabbit one, although it's not super cute, I'm gonna make it cute by taking some of Dollar Tree's moss. Yeah, and you see what I'm doing? I'm just hot gluing it on to this bunny right over that tinsel, because by doing this, what is it going to make this bunny? It is going to make this bunny look rustic instead of whatever it looks like with the tinsel. I am so not a tinsel person. I am definitely a moss and burlap person. You all know this about me. And so when I saw these, I thought it was perfect. Once I've got that moss on there, I am gonna go in with some scissors and I'm just gonna clean it up, give it a bit of a haircut so it looks a bit more even. If you take some hairspray and you spray that moss once you've given your bunny a haircut, it's gonna stop the moss from falling out and making a mess everywhere. I'm gonna take some of this pink and white baker's twine. You can find this at Dollar Tree. By wrapping it around my fingers several times, I can make a twine flower by pinching it in the middle and just kind of wrapping the twine around, tying it off there. We have got one bundle. To make a flower, you're gonna need 3 bundles like this. And those 3 bundles, we're just gonna hot glue them together on top of each other, just kind of offsetting them. Now you can make your flowers as thick and full as you want. Finish it off with a button or a brad. I have this perfect pink brad, so I cut off the metal prongs, and look at there, perfect. And this flower is going to make the perfect flower to go in this bunny's ear. How stinking cute is that? I love it. You could even make a bow tie for this bunny if you wanted to out of Dollar Tree's wired burlap ribbon. The wired burlap ribbon, the colored one, you're gonna find it right about now because it's spring. If you take your ribbon and just kind of fold it in half there, you want your edges to be decorative, right? Fold it in half again, just like so. Look at that, easy peasy. Take some scissors, and on this folded side here, if you just cut at an angle at the end there, when you unfold it, look at this. Yep, you have got a perfect finishing edge there. And I'm gonna do the same thing to this center one as well. This piece is just a bit smaller. The bow tie is gonna be as large or as little as you want it to be. I believe I did my largest piece there at 6 inches and this smaller piece was at 5. Yeah. And once I've got my 2 pieces, I'm gonna take another piece here just like this. I'm gonna gather and pinch in the center, and using that small piece of burlap, I'm gonna wrap that around the center, giving my bow that pleated look, I guess, and just hot glue it to the back. And that really is an easy way to make a bow for anything, but we're making a bow right now for our rabbit because why not? Because we can. Look at that, perfect, right? How stinking cute. Add just a bit of glue there, and if I add it just to the bottom here, we have got a bow tie for our rustic moss bunny. So you can have the flower, you can have the bow tie, or you can just have both, and we're gonna get to that here. Oh, there it is. This next DIY is another one of those DIYs that I still have that I put out for Easter, spring and Easter. It's using one of these Easter plaques, or any plaque really. Just dive into your stash of plaques, because if you're anything like me, you've got a bunch of these plaques because they're super versatile and you can use them for a lot of different signs. To the back side of this plaque, I'm going to give it a good coating using some of Waverly's Cashew. I'm using the back side because why would I use the front side and use extra paint to cover up the design when I can use the back and use less paint? Once this base coat is good and dry, I'm going to go in with some of Waverly's Antique Wax. Haven't used this in a minute. And with this wax, I'm going to use the dry brush stroke technique, not putting a lot of the antique wax on the brush, not looking for full coverage on this plaque. We want it to be very uneven. We want to allow some of that cashew to come through. We want some areas to be thicker with the antique wax and some areas to be thinner. Once the antique wax is good and dry, once the antique walnut is good and dry, I'm gonna go in with a light grade sandpaper and give it a good sand, kind of smoothing out those brush strokes, making it a bit more uneven, giving it that wood grain look. You don't want to use a rougher grade sandpaper because you will get the marks and the lines that kind of look like scratches from using that rougher grade. And so yeah, I like to use this light grade one that you can get in a pack. It comes, I want to say, in a 50 pack or 25 pack at Dollar Tree in the tools section. And so yes, once this is done, we're going to move on to using some of this black and white gingham scrap paper. Now with this, I am using the lines as my guide, and I'm going to cut lines or pieces that are 2 lines thick. 2 checks thick, 2 gingham lines thick. You know what I'm talking about. And I'm gonna cut several of them. I think I cut about 6 or 8. This is one 12 by 12 sheet and it's more than enough for this DIY. Once I've got those pieces cut, I'm gonna go in with some Mod Podge and I'm just gonna kind of outline the edges of this plaque because I'm gonna frame it with this scrapbooking paper. Now, I will tell you that this is an older video and I did see on this piece that I did not put it on right. And when I posted this video, it blew up in the comment section how that piece was reversed. And I did later go in, tear it off and put a new piece on there. But nonetheless, yes, it was a oops in this video. Once I got it, I guess the plaque framed out with the gingham paper, I did go back in with some Mod Podge just to kind of seal it and to really adhere that paper on well. A great alternative to vinyl and using the Cricut is stickers. You can get them at just about any craft store. These are a rub-on transfer that you can get at Dollar Tree. They carry them all the time. Another great font are these foam elevated puffy stickers. I found these at Hobby Lobby for $1.99. I love the font. Dollar Tree also has poster board stickers. You are getting now several letters on a poster board sticker sheet versus the one I'm showing here. Using a combination of the 3 of these because I wanted different fonts on this plaque, because I feel like when you add different fonts, it adds a bit of personality and character to a DIY versus using all one font. Yeah, I'm gonna add those 3 to this plaque and you will see just what it says. These foam bunnies, you can find them at Walmart for about 98 cents. You're getting 10 in a pack. They were the perfect size. Dollar Tree has some that are very similar. I needed a black bunny to go on my sign to add and use as the O in welcome because every bunny is welcome. How stinking cute is this sign? Yes, the inspiration for this sign came from one that I found at Michael's and I recreated it on a budget. This next DIY is so rustic, I can hardly stand it. You're gonna need several packs of these twine carrots. I was losing my train of thought there. And to these twine carrots, you are going to want to cut off the stem off the top. Don't try to pull it off because it will unravel your carrot. We don't want an unraveled twine carrot, so just go ahead and cut it off. How many of these packs are we gonna need? Well, that really is dependent on how big you want this piece to be. And so I already knew the size that I wanted it to be, and because this is an old video, I can't remember how many packs I used, but I started off with a row of, what is that, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, okay, and once I've glued those 10 carrots together, I'm gonna go ahead and glue more carrots right in the center of that first row, offsetting them, and each row from there on is going to be less carrots, going down into the shape of one giant twine carrot made out of a bunch of little twine carrots. Isn't that great? I love the outcome of this. Yep, you can see I used a lot of twine carrots, so yeah, you're just gonna have to count how many you wanna use based on how big you want your big twine carrot to be using your small twine carrots. Yeah, look at that. Isn't that cute? I love it. For the top, I am using some of this grass that I got at Dollar Tree, so I'm just gonna go ahead and disassemble it. And once it's good and disassembled, on the back side of my carrots, yep, flip it over, Kelly. Yep, flip, flip. There we go. It's flipped over. On the back side there, I'm just gonna hot glue this grass until I've got it to the thickness that I am happy with. Then I'm gonna go ahead and, oh yeah, look at that. Oh yeah, what was that? Oh, they came unraveled. And to the top here, I'm gonna add a twine bow. And on the back again, we're going back to the back of this carrot. I'm gonna add a twine hanger to hang this on my front door. And this is another piece that I still have to this day. And I wanna say I made this about 5 or 6 years ago. I did. Look at how cute that is. So fun, right? Here's a quick and easy DIY using the spring plaques. You'll see these at Dollar Tree. They're 4 or 5 plaques on a string or a ribbon. I went ahead and disassembled it. I needed 5 that were the same size. At the time that I did this DIY, Dollar Tree did not have their wood plaque packs. Those would be a great alternative to this, but if you can't get your hands on those, grab one of these wall decor plaque things that have these 4 squares. You're gonna glue them together just like this, making what's gonna be a planter box. But because I don't like the design, I'm gonna go in with some of Waverly's Ivory just to cover up the pattern a bit, because I'm gonna be covering this with some of Dollar Tree's moss sheets. These things are amazing. Right about now is the time that they start restocking these moss sheets because it's spring. And so these are a great and easy way to cover something when you want that moss look, adding that spring feel to it, because in spring, everything starts blooming and turning green again. And so yeah, you're gonna wanna pick up 2 of these types of plaques. These have been around at Dollar Tree every spring for several years. I disassembled it, and on 2 sides, I'm gonna place the bunny heads. And I just wanted the green moss to show around it, and we painted the plaques because the moss sheets, you can see through them, so I didn't want the design to come through. But look at how stinking cute this planter is. You can really add any flowers to the inside of this, and it is such a fun decor piece to add to your table. We've all seen these birdhouses by Crafter Square at the Dollar Tree. They're super cute. They're perfect for this. The size is perfect. Everything about them is perfect. It's a fun little piece to add because they're easy to DIY. So I'm gonna start off by giving it a fresh coat of Waverly's white chalk paint. Now there is going to be a theme to this tray, a color theme, and so I will be sticking with white, browns, oranges, and greens. And so I know that that might sound kind of bold, but I'm gonna rustic these colors up, and I'm gonna give them a real farmhouse rustic feel, and you're gonna love the outcome of this, trust me. And for the roof of this cute little birdhouse, I'm gonna go in with the Waverly Antique Wax and give it that nice stained wood finish. And I think I'm also gonna do the peg perches. Peg perches? That feels like a tongue twister to me. The perches that the bird perches on in the front, I'm gonna do those in brown as well. Who knew that these were so fun to DIY? So easy too. The orange paint that I'll be using for today's DIY is Apple Barrel's Pumpkin Orange, and I'm gonna kind of mute it out, rustic it up a bit with some Apple Barrel's Burnt Umber. To do this, I add my orange, and then I go in and just add a couple of drops of brown, and that is going to take the brightness, the starkness out of the orange. If you're somebody who likes the bright colors and you don't want to kind of age it a bit, then don't add the brown. I'm definitely adding it because I love that rustic age muted look that brown gives to a bright color. And so when I do this, I am going to do a fair amount of this color because I want to use it for the whole DIY, meaning all 20 of the quick and easy DIYs that I'm bringing to you. And I don't want to have to worry about coming back and remixing my color and trying to get the right color. So I'm going to start off big and just mix it till I get the orange that I like. And I'm doing it in one of those Crayola boxes because I didn't have anything that had a lid on it, and I had 2 of these lying around, and so I thought this is perfect. I need something with a lid on it so I can keep this paint fresh. This is gonna work. And with that there orange that I just mixed up, I'm gonna take a real thin paintbrush and I'm gonna add some stitch lines along the outside edges of this birdhouse. I feel like stitching just kind of adds the perfect finishing touch to so many DIYs, and because this is a rustic country DIY that I'm going for, I figured that this was going to be part of the theme that I incorporate into each of these DIYs that I'm bringing to you today. Look at the difference that makes. Adorable. The embellishments that I'll be incorporating into this Easter tray today are these die-cut embellishments that Linda and I got together and designed specifically for this Easter tray. You can find the link to these embellishments in the description box below in Linda's Etsy shop. I thought it'd be really cute to add a couple of the die-cut flowers that are in that embellishment pack using some of Dollar Tree's foam tape just to elevate it up off the house. With that embellishment pack, you are getting 12 of these mini flowers that, again, it is all color coordinated, designed to go with the theme that I am doing with this Easter tray. And would you look at how stinking cute that is? Oh, and I did finish it off with a twine bow too. Of course I did. Moving on to DIY number 3, quick and easy DIY that is. I thought that this was the perfect addition to my Easter tray as well. Dollar Tree's got tons of these woodwords that have this LED light in it that pops right out. There we go. So I'm gonna pop it right out because it's gonna make it easier to paint this. And I am going to paint this blessed in the color, you guessed it, orange. Rustic orange, that is, muted rustic orange. There's no graceful way to do this, so I'm just gonna get to it. And this blessed word definitely needs some stitching on it, so I'm going to go in with some white acrylic paint and outline each of the letters. Can't forget to replace the light once it's painted because I think that that is such a fun feature to these letters, and I think it's going to look really cool lit up on this tiered tray. And look at how cute that looks with the stitching, but it's still missing something. Yep, I'm gonna add some of the flower embellishments from the embellishment pack, and I'm just gonna add one on the top of the B and one on the bottom of the D. And I am using puffy tape to get it on there. If you don't wanna use puffy tape and you just wanna glue it on, you can, but when it's elevated, kind of gives it that 2D look. Really, it just takes a couple minutes, and look at how stinking cute that is. Okay, for the 4th DIY, this is not a Dollar Tree DIY, but it is a budget-friendly one that's only gonna cost you $1 to do using the Scrabble tiles that you can get at Walmart. Who doesn't love Scrabble tiles? They are so fun, and I knew I had to incorporate these into this tray. I had these in my stash. As you can see, I keep everything in a Ziploc baggie. And so what are we gonna spell out using these? We are going to spell out the word spring. And using 2 of Dollar Tree's Jenga blocks, I'm just gonna glue these to the Jenga blocks so this here spring word can stand on our Easter tray, because why not? Now this next step you totally don't have to do. I went ahead and outlined my tiles with some of Waverly's antique wax because it just felt too plain. I felt like, why would I just leave it raw wood when I can add some antique wax to it, darken it up a bit, rustic it up a bit? I don't know, it felt like it needed to be done. I felt like I needed to do more to it, so I did, because again, why not? What do I have for quick and easy DIY number 5? Yep, I am doing another one of these tinsel bunnies that I just adore. You all know how much I love these tinsel bunnies. And with this one, I'm gonna go ahead and do it the same way that I just did that DIY a couple weeks ago. I'm gonna go ahead and unravel the tinsel from this, and it's gonna get thrown away. With this bunny mold, I noticed that it actually came apart, which was cool. I only need a flat bunny, and so I'm gonna go ahead and cut off all the top plastic, that rounded part up there, and I'm gonna cut off all of the hooks that go around the bunny mold that the tinsel was attached to. And just like I did before, taking some Dollar Tree felt, I'm gonna cover this on the top and the bottom with the felt just to kind of soften it up a bit, disguise the plastic pieces that are poking out everywhere. Using some burlap scraps that I had in my stash, because I keep big scraps like this for DIYs just like this where I have the perfect amount, I'm gonna cover this with some burlap. How stinking cute is that gonna be? A burlap bunny, I love it. I'm gonna give this bunny, this burlap bunny, an orange twine bow. I got this twine at Michael's. They have a bunch of really fun rustic colors like this, and so I picked up a few rolls, and I'm also gonna use some black twine that I tied in a knot in the middle and just cut to size for the nose and whiskers. How fun is that? It's missing something though. It's totally missing something. I know what it's missing. It's missing some stitching. So I'm gonna take a thin paintbrush again and some burnt umber acrylic paint, I believe I'm using, and do some stitching along the inside edge here. To cut this bunny out, I did use my pinky shears. I am seeing that now, and I think it gave it a bit of a decorative edge that I like more than just a clean cut. Either way, it doesn't really matter. I used them just because I had them, and because I glued the burlap together, it actually kept it from fraying, and so it made it easier to cut and give it that kind of decorative jagged edge. Now that made all the difference. Look at how finished and how cute that looks now. I tell you, it's amazing what stitching does. We're on DIY number 6. What do I have up for you next? I will be using these adorable carrot ornaments from the Dollar Tree. This is an 8-pack that a subscriber sent me in my subscriber mail. I love these. I'm gonna take these ornaments and I'm gonna add a Jenga block to the side of the carrot because I want this carrot to kind of lay on its side. And so to do that, an easy way to do that is just to glue a Jenga block to the back of it there. I'm gonna cover these with burlap, why not? And to do that, you're gonna need a healthy amount of Mod Podge on these wood ornaments because burlap is heavy. So you're just gonna slap on that Mod Podge like I'm doing here, wowzers. But you know what? Because it's so heavy, it's gonna absorb this Mod Podge and it's gonna stick. I literally pulled this piece out of the trash. This was from the burlap bunny I just did. Haste makes waste, waste makes haste, right? Haste, which one is it? Waste makes haste. It does. And so why not utilize those scraps? Once I get the burlap on, I am going to put a second coat of Mod Podge over the top of the burlap, really saturating it. And I'm gonna pop mine in the oven at 135 degrees, which is the lowest temperature my oven will go because I'm in a hurry. I wanna get this DIY done. We've got like how many more to go? 14? Yeah, we gotta get moving. No, we got 12. So we gotta get moving. So these will be dry in 20 minutes. If you're uncomfortable putting them in your oven, set them out overnight and get back to them in the morning. Okay, so I know you all know the drill, taking a straight edge razor since the burlap is nice and stiff because we slapped on that Mod Podge. I'm gonna cut off the excess burlap. Now, I put this burlap on this carrot for texture because I wanted burlap texture. I wanted orange burlap, but I didn't have orange burlap. So if you have regular burlap, guess what? You can paint your burlap and you can make it orange. You can make it whatever color you want. If you want a pink carrot, have a pink carrot. I want an orange carrot because the colors that I'm going with are these rustic oranges, browns, greens, creams, whites. And so I'm gonna take my handy orange paint that I made a lot of and I'm going to paint the bottom half of this orange. How am I making the green, the rustic green? I will be using some of Apple Barrel's Spring Green and, yep, burnt umber. And since I had another one of those Crayola plastic containers, I'm gonna fill this up with some green paint, add a touch of brown, and dirty it up a bit. And yep, this here green is gonna go right on the top of our carrot here. I know I'm impatient. You can tell that my orange is not dry, and sometimes this bites me, but you know what? Why am I gonna stick it in the oven twice to make it dry when I can do both parts, stick it in the oven once, and it dries just one time? It's a time saver thing, because I'm impatient. I am so not going to leave this plain. This carrot needs stitching too, just like everything else did. I know it's gonna take a bit of time, but the stitching just really finishes it off, so you gotta do it. Seriously, look at the difference. Huge difference. The one with stitching almost looks cartoon-like, but I'm gonna go with it's got that quilted country feel to it. Lucky number 7. Let's see what I have for you next. These bunnies were also given to me in my subscriber mail, and they are just too cute not to incorporate into this Easter stand. They are perfect, so I will be using 2 of them. And like the carrots, I am going to add a Jenga block along the bottom edge to make these bunnies stand up so I don't have to lean them against anything. And you know the drill, I'm covering these bunnies the same way that I covered the carrots, only I am using this adorable gingham fabric that is a fall and harvest gingham fabric, but it is going to work perfect for this DIY because the orange is nice and rustic. Trust me, it's gonna look adorable. You can find this fabric at Walmart, I believe. They still have it, just saw it the other day. And would you look there again? Something so simple makes all the difference in the world. It just adds so much to something like this. Moving right along, we're on DIY number 8. Now this one can be done using Dollar Tree's Jenga blocks, or you can do it using a 1x4 piece of wood. I cut this 1x4 into 5-inch pieces. Now, if you don't want to cut wood up, you can do it using, like I said, the Dollar Tree Jenga blocks. You're just going to have to glue a few of them together until you get the size that you're happy with. Because what am I going to make with these? I'm going to be making a stack of books. How stinking cute is that? And since I have 3 pieces, I wanted to stack 3 books, and I'm going to give each book a different color using my rustic orange, the rustic green, and just a nice bright white. I thought it'd be really cute to add titles to these books, and so Linda came up with this adorable vinyl embellishment pack that is included in this bundle with the die cuts. And the titles that we're going to be using today is the Peter Cottontail, Peter Rabbit, and the Easter Bunny. Now these are sized perfectly to fit here on the side of a 1x4. And so there's 3 titles, there's 3 blocks, we're putting 1 on each side. Let's talk about the embellishments that I'm using today. The vinyls and the die cuts are available in Linda's Etsy store. You can get an instant digital download, this bundle pack with the vinyls and the die cuts for $3. If you want her to cut and send them to you, it's gonna cost you $6, but you're gonna get free shipping. And again, these are a bundle, so you're gonna get all the embellishments that I'm using today for this price. I know, less talking and more DIYing. We've got a bunch more to go. These books are offset, and I did hot glue them together that way before tying them because I didn't want them wiggling around, but I thought it'd be really cute just to add some twine around the books with a twine bow because I feel like Peter Cottontail carried books by a rope or twine, or maybe I'm just imagining it because I like it so much, but nonetheless, I thought it'd be really cute to add a twine bow to the top of these. Okay, I have to say it. Look at how stinking cute that is. Doesn't that make a cute little book stack? So budget friendly, so easy to do, and what a fun piece to add to the tray. We are almost at the halfway point. DIY number 9. I wanted to add a string of Farmhouse beads to this tray. I thought it'd be really rustic and cute, and to do that, I'm gonna use these pearls. Not sure why I'm showing 2 40 packs, because you don't need 2, you only need 1 40 pack and 1 80 pack. I went ahead and strung my beads on my twine, so I knew exactly how many of each bead I wanted and how I wanted them to be laid out. Once I got them laid out, I went ahead and took my paint and I put a dot of paint on each of the beads so I knew which beads I wanted which color. And so I figured that would be an easy way to do it. To paint these beads, I'm gonna put them on pipe cleaner. I've got a ton of pipe cleaner. It's easy, it's stiff, you can hold it up, you can paint them. And yeah, we're not looking for perfection. I know Dollar Tree has wood beads, but I went with the pearl ones because those wood beads are awful colors. They are pink and blue and green. They're just bright and ugly. And so by using the cream pearls, you're not gonna have to put as many coats on trying to cover up those awful colors. To give my beads a more finished look on the end, I do wanna add a twine tassel. I think that that's gonna finish it off nicely. I did leave extra twine on the end of my beads for this. By taking some twine and just doing it several strands thick, once you get it the length you want, you're gonna fold that twine in half. And on one end, you're gonna just kind of wrap some twine around it, just like you would a tassel, and tie it off, and it'll be just that simple, and just attach it to each end of your beads. Look how easy that was to do, and what a fun addition to this. This can be done in any color or style. I love making these beads. Alrighty, we are making progress. We're at the halfway point. DIY number 10. How about these adorable mason jars? This is a seasoned, I guess, shaker for seasoning, pepper, salt. If it was salt, that would be an awful lot of salt that came out of that. You're gonna need one of these mason jars because they're so stinking cute. So I originally was gonna go with white for this, can you tell? There was a change of plans. I needed more green incorporated into this Easter tray, so put on the brakes. We're going with green. Yeah, I bet you thought I wasn't gonna put stitching on this, huh? I am. I'm putting stitching along the bottom, the top, the handle, everywhere that I can put stitching, I'm gonna put it. Because why not? It really does add so much to it. And I've got nothing but time on my hands to do stitching on all of these DIYs, all 20 of them. I'm just kidding, not all 20 have it, but it sure feels like it. But I love DIYing and I love the outcome, so I'm gonna do it. I needed something to fill this mason jar up with almost all the way, and I didn't want to buy anything, so I'm gonna use sugar because I have a bag of it. Why not? It's gonna work. Critters aren't gonna get to it. Why? Because on the top of this, I'm gonna put whipped cream, only it's not whipped cream, it's caulking. How stinking cute is that gonna be? So it really is gonna seal the sugar into this. Taking the caulking from the Dollar Tree, I'm just gonna put it on like you would put whipped cream on a shake. How cute is that? It's gonna take a while for this to dry, but we've got time because we've got 9 more DIYs to go, so it'll probably be dry by then. I picked up a pack of the paper straws from Dollar Tree. I cut it down to the size that I was happy with, and while the caulking was wet, I went ahead and put it in. Every sundae or shake needs some sprinkles, and since the theme is green and orange, I'm gonna use these orange sprinkles that I had on hand and just add it to the top of the caulking before it dries while it's wet so they stick. Get it? And then they won't fall off. Yeah, I could not stand the color of the straw. It was driving me crazy because it just didn't match. And so I'm gonna take my green acrylic paint and I'm just gonna paint right over that orange or pink. That's not orange, because if it was orange, I'd be keeping it. It's like a coral, and nobody's gonna be drinking out of this, so it's okay that it's painted. Now my straw will match. I may be saying it too much, but how stinking cute is that? I love it. What a fun little sundae. And of course, I'm gonna add some embellishments to this. This is in the bundle die cut pack, and I thought it would be cute just to add this cute carrot using some of the foam tape to elevate it up off the jar. And I think I'm gonna add a couple flowers to it too. Okay, wait, we're missing twine around the neck and a bow. That'll do it. Now I'm happy. This next one is gonna take you less than 5 minutes to do. Dollar Tree's got these awesome wood crosses by Crafter's Square. They're thick, they're bulky. I feel like it just screams rustic. There's not much at all that needs to be done to this, but it does need a definite coat of some Waverly Antique wax to make it look even more rustic and incorporate more brown into this tray. I feel like because I've added stitching to so many of these pieces, this piece I felt needed it. So I'm just gonna add some white stitching to it. I did replace the brown twine with some of my orange twine just to give it a pop of color. Then using this Faith die cut embellishment that comes in the embellishment bundle pack, that's what I'm gonna put on the front of this. This embellishment pack is so fun. Linda and I had a lot of fun designing all of these pieces for each individual DIY that I'm bringing to you on this tray today. What do I have in store for you for this next one? Easy peasy, lemon squeezy number 12. These are pretty new to the Dollar Trees in my area. I want to say these are a pen holder. Maybe they're a plant holder. Today we're using it as a plant holder. I haven't used these in a DIY yet, so today's Easter tray is the perfect DIY to do it because I need some height on this. And so I'm gonna give this a coat of white paint, and this time I'm sticking with the white paint because the top of this is gonna have color, so I want the pot itself to stand out. I am gonna add some green stitching onto this because I don't think I've added any green stitching to anything yet, so this needs green because the top of it's gonna have orange. Can you guess what's gonna be sticking out the top of this? Oh my goodness, it's gonna be so stinking cute. On the top of this pot, I did add some moss inside and some of the twine carrots and some greenery from dried flowers that I found at Dollar Tree because I thought that this Mr. Cottontail's Carrot Patch Fresh You Pick was the perfect label to add to this with the carrots coming out of it. How fun is this? I love doing these trays. I am so doing one for every holiday, so you better buckle your seatbelt because I'm gonna be doing these for every holiday and probably every month. Well, it's a lot of work for every month, but we'll get to every month as the years go on. 4th of July is up next, and I'm already doing DIYs for it. We are at number 13, and this is another quick and easy one that's not going to take much time at all. I've seen these wood frames at Dollar Tree ever since I'd say Crafter's Square really exploded. I've never picked one up because I've never had a need for one, but this tulip one is perfect for spring, which means it is perfect for this Easter tray. With this flower, I wanted to add some green or orange, but I wanted to kind of get away from the paint, and so I went digging through my fabric scraps, and I found this adorable scrap green fabric, and I just thought it would be the perfect touch. Add a little bit of pattern to this. It's still the perfect shade of green. And so using my Mod Podge and the fabric, I went ahead and just adhered it onto the top part of the flower. Now diving back into the embellishment pack, Linda helped me create and design this round embellishment that will fit in any of these wood frames at the Dollar Tree that have this round hole in them. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put it in the back. It'll fit back there perfectly. This one was a bit small, and I will tell you that Linda and I did do a bit of altering to make it a bit bigger. It's kind of a trial and error thing as we go. So if you do order this embellishment pack, it will fit perfectly. Mine just didn't, and I didn't wanna print it out. I wanted to also finish this off with an orange twine bow, and I did paint the base with the antique wax as well. Oh boy, it is downhill from here. We are on DIY number 14. Dollar Tree's got these cool jars. This kind of reminds me of a jelly jar. I don't know why, it just does. I think because of the white top, like a Smucker's jelly jar, a grape jelly, or I don't know. It just reminds me of a jelly jar. I love the shape of this. I thought it was a fun shape. I love the lid on it. So with this jar, I don't know why I didn't think of it when I was doing it. I decided to go green with the lid and white with the jar. Had I done it the opposite and done the jar green and the lid white, I probably would have saved myself some time, but in the end, it ended up turning out really cute. And so yeah, I'm going in with that green, and you can see that the amount of paint that I made is lasting, and that is what you want. I have not had to go back and remix any paint yet. And the embellishments that we chose for this jar are these 3 adorable bunnies that say hippity hop. We thought this would be perfect right below the bow, so the bow was kind of framing it out. And if you want to add some of the flowers, you can. You've got 12 of those die cut flowers, so I went ahead and added 4 to it. I sure hope you all are enjoying these quick and easy DIYs that are going on this Easter tray. This next one is another quick one. Although this candle is pumpkin spice, it is the perfect shade of orange, so I'm just gonna remove the label because I am loving the color orange, and all I have to do is paint the lid. So I'm gonna paint it green, because why not? Orange and green go good together. Oh heck, I'm gonna add some orange stitching to this as well. Decided to go with orange instead of white, not sure why. I think the white would have popped a bit more, but this is rustic. It's country rustic chic. It's country rustic cute. Come on now, even though this is a candle, I'm still gonna add twine to the neck of it because it was missing it. It needed it, it really did. And I'm not real worried about it catching fire because I'm probably not gonna be lighting this candle anyway. If you're worried about it catching fire, you can always leave the twine out. And this candle here is gonna be finished off with this burlap bunny and these adorable eggs. How stinking cute is that? What do I have next for you? This is DIY number 16. I'm hoping it's safe to say that most Dollar Trees that have Crafter's Square carry these chalkboard tags. This is amazing. You're getting 6 in a pack, so this is gonna last for 6 of these tiered DIYs that I'm gonna be bringing to you this year. I'm gonna paint this white because Dollar Tree doesn't have white ones, and I don't feel like cutting one out. You're getting 6 for $1, and so it's easier just to buy it and paint it. Now, I do want to mention that all of the DIYs that I'm adding to this tray, I did finish off the backs of them. There are no backs that are unfinished because this is one of those pieces that when you're looking at it, you can look at it all the way around the tray, and I didn't want there to be a back of something that was unfinished. And so with this tag, I did paint both sides, and I am gonna go in and add some green stitching. And can I just say, I love the green stitching on the white. It just pops and looks so fun, looks so country. And I think this Easter, the theme just seems to be stitching, and I love stitching. I can't help it. And you can't forget the little metal ring there because it would just look sloppy and unfinished. So we're gonna paint that green too, and it really just finishes it off. I also added some orange twine for color, and this Carrots for the Easter Bunny die cut embellishment is what was designed for this tag. How cute is that? Oh my word, we're almost done. And that means we're gonna get to see this whole tray put together. What do I have for you for 17 and 18? I'll be using these wood planks. I love these. These are 4.5 by 4.5. I got these in my subscriber mail, and I think I picked them up in a haul. We're gonna need 2 of them. I painted both the planks white. Now with these, I'm gonna do the stitching a bit differently. I wanted to do 3 rows of stitching because this is gonna be a cute little mini sign, and I wanted to give it a bit of a thicker border than just the 1 row, I guess, of stitching. And so for this one, I'm gonna do green, orange, and then green. And for the other sign, I'm gonna reverse it and do orange, green, and orange. Diving into the vinyl embellishments that you will receive in that bundle for these plaques, I am using the Easter blessings. And for this one, Happy Easter. Now these vinyl embellishments were made and sized specifically for these wood plaques. Keep in mind though, if your Dollar Tree doesn't carry these wood plaques, Dollar Tree has wall decor signs that are super easy to cut through just using a razor and a ruler. So you could very easily cut those to size, or you could even use Jenga blocks and glue them together and it would be just as cute. Right on, we are at number 19, and this is so easy, it's gonna take you 2 minutes to do. We've all seen these ceramic bunnies, you're gonna need 2 of them. You know what I don't understand though, is why do they give you the brightest red, yellow, and blue paint to paint this adorable bunny with for Easter time? Where are the pastel colors? I'm gonna give this bunny a good coat of some of Waverly's Cashew. And I did also go in with some brown acrylic paint and just highlight the eyes, the nose, and the ears. That was easy, huh? to pick a favorite. Too many to choose from? Let me know what your favorite was in the comments below. I hope you all enjoyed today's Dollar Tree spring DIYs. If you're looking for more inspiration, guess what? You can click on the video right over here and it'll take you to some of my past favorites. Until next time, everybody, I hope you have a fantastic day. Happy crafting on a budget. Stay happy, stay safe, stay healthy, but most of all, you know what I'm gonna say. Stay positive, please, because I am. Bye for now, everybody.